Families will come together, build up this wealth, and then their idiot kids go out and waste it all, right? So how can we prevent that from happening? How can we maximize some of the benefits we have? Step number one, maybe a little bit different from what you're expecting. Review your life insurance and your long-term care. That's the item number one that's going to eat up all of that money, all of that benefit that you're trying to leave for your kids or your other beneficiaries. If you end up spending everything just to take care of yourself, if all of the money gets eaten up in funeral costs and little things like that, that's going to take away a good chunk of that inheritance. Number two is be clear on your beliefs and wishes. And we're going to talk about a couple case studies where that's really important. But if you're disinheriting one child for some reason, if you specifically are leaving a larger share to somebody for some reason, you have certain religious beliefs, you have certain things you want to pay for, you got to be crystal clear about those wishes, because otherwise everybody's going to argue about it, right? Number three is update your documents, and when you update your documents, you destroy the old ones. And I mean, just burn them, throw them in the campfire, shred them up, I don't care, get them out of here, because I don't want to have two things that say two, and then there's an argument again over the intent. Oh, well, in this version, she wanted me to take everything, and in that version, she doesn't. And clearly, she didn't know what she was doing at that point, right? So that's where the arguments come in. Number four is use those beneficiary designations. Something like a life insurance policy, you just name your spouse. Slot number one, I want my spouse to take 100% of that life insurance. That's going to put money in their hands right off the bat. So they're not getting into a bad financial situation, trying to float everything on behalf of the estate, only to run out of money in the end or chip away at that benefit, right? So use those beneficiary designations where you can. Now that's only for adults. Don't name your minor kids as your beneficiary on your life insurance, on your bank accounts, on your retirement. They can't actually get the money, and it's a whole court process that's going to eat up all of that benefit by having a minor named in those slots. So spouses, great. Adult kids, great. After that, just leave them off the list. Number five is use a revocable trust, right? So that is your solution for your beneficiary designations. If you have a trust set up and you say, I want everything to go to my trust, okay? And now your trust says, I want everything to go to my kid, but I want Amber to manage the money on behalf of my kid. Then that's what happens. No one has to go to court. No one has to post a bond. No one has to pay these fees and costs and pay for attorneys and all of that sort of thing, okay? So that's number five. Use that revocable trust.